Hello everybody, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor. We are in Amsterdam, site of the 2025 IADC World Drilling Conference. And with me right now is Rodrigo Rendon of H&P. He gave a presentation at this conference about navigating the new wave of mergers and acquisitions, or M&A. And of course, if you've been following the news in the drilling world over the last several months, you know H&P is very well versed in navigating this world. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about some of the stuff he said, get his insights. So Rodrigo, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Stephen, how are you?
Oh, doing great. So let's talk a little bit about this. I mean, obviously, lots and lots of experience H&P has in sort of navigating this world, and your presentation kind of went into a bit of this insight that you guys have gained from all this. And one of the things that you had said that I thought was really interesting was about how, when we're talking about this sort of new wave of sort of integrated companies that we're seeing now within this landscape, that those companies are better suiting themselves up for the future. Can you tell us how so?
Yeah, it's a challenging business environment out there. So companies need to build that strength and that resilience in their DNA. So with this wave of M&A that has happened, we have gone through 3-5 deals in the last few years, right? So they've been basically putting everything together, so we are better suited to face the future, to have an offering that actually is attractive to clients, to be able to react to the market, to be there as the prime option for our clients.
You also described M&A as this sort of journey from stabilization to optimization, which again is an interesting way to characterize it. But you also said that there were sort of challenges in navigating that journey. Can you tell us some of the challenges?
The way I put it on the presentation is that stabilization is about making sure that 1 + 1 = 2. So you need to make sure that at the beginning you create no disruption, that you maintain your safety, that you maintain your operational performance, that your client sees no disturbance because of the transaction. Thereafter, you go into the optimization, and there's challenges, right? There's not a straight road, right? You're merging two cultures, you're bringing two teams of people that have not worked together before as part of one team. You have different, even if companies have the same activities, the activities could be done at different speed, a different sequence with different approvals. So there's a lot of challenges that you need to manage as you go through that journey. It's certainly not a straight road.
Well, in H&P, if nothing else, H&P has always been about its people. And you talked about the importance of people in navigating this M&A journey. The importance of people and the importance of operational continuity, which I thought was pretty interesting. So what is that importance? What role do people play in this journey? What role does maintaining that continuity play in this journey?
People at the end of the day are the heart of any company, right? And especially for us as drilling contractor, I always say you can have as much iron as you want, but the fact that makes a difference is how you operate that iron, and people operate that iron. So as you go through the merger, you go through the acquisition, you need to make sure that you have won the battle for hearts and minds, right? That the people that are coming into the new company understand what are the changes, that they know how these changes are going to impact them. And as people typically say, they get in the bus, right? And they start driving and they start creating value. So at the end of the day, it's all about people.
And what are some of the other keys to making a successful integrated company in this new landscape?
It's about clarity of vision. You need to know where you're going, because as we said before, it's not a straight road. You'll have detours, you'll have challenges, you have roadblocks. That's okay. You can manage them, you can deviate, but so far that you know where you're going, where is your end destination, you can always retake that road. If you don't have that clarity of vision, you'll end up basically drifting away and then find yourself in a place that perhaps you didn't want to be. If you have that clarity of vision and you know exactly where you're going, you can always veer back and head where you initially intended to head.
It sounds so straightforward, but it sounds really clear though, just having that vision.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, well, of course.
Easier said than done, and that's where you need to spend a lot of time up front. Not just on the planning, right, but on the strategic vision of how that combined company is going to work, how you're going to assemble the teams. You know, how do you build the puzzle? That is what really matters.
Well, Rodrigo, this is a topic that you're hearing so much of in the industry today, and we appreciate you taking some time to give us your view on it. Thank you.
Anytime.
And thank you for visiting drillingcontractor.org.